Tonight, a local Aboriginal corporation placed into special administration, and Port Lincoln's festive season gets a major boost.
With the latest from around the region, your nightly news with John Hunt begins now.
Good evening. Augusta Aboriginal Corporation has been forced into special administration after an investigation uncovered issues relating to governance. Garth Burley has the story.
Based in Port Augusta, the Augusta Aboriginal Corporation manages the native title rights and interests of its people, who are the traditional owners to more than 140,000 square kilometres in central Australia. But there's now questions about how the corporation's been managed. Unlike other administration scenarios, the finances aren't the issues. A 4-month investigation by the government found disputes between directors and members of the corporation around the validity of appointments to high-ranking positions, meeting processes and other governance concerns.
To look at some of the existing issues and concerns that were being expressed.
The doors will stay open at Augusta as an administrator puts the microscope over daily operations over the next 6 months in a bid to rectify the problems.
Eventually down the track, we will be able to hand the corporation back to the members, appoint new directors, appoint a new board, and then ensure that the corporation is in safe hands.
The special administrator will cast an eye over the corporation until the end of March next year.
Police are calling for the public's help in identifying 2 thieves allegedly involved in a robbery in Whyalla. It's claimed the pair of bandits stole 2 CCTV cameras from a home in Schultz Avenue in the early hours of Monday morning. Anyone with information about their identities is urged to contact Crime Stoppers. Port Lincoln's emergency services were called to a popular coffee shop on Mortlock Terrace this morning after a car crash. Just after 10 a.m, units responded to find the front of the store had suffered minor damage. The driver, believed to be a regular customer, had left the scene. The shop is insured and is expecting to fix the wooden panelling in the coming weeks. Police are now investigating the incident. Broken Hill councillors have taken a stance on climate change, supporting a mayoral minute at their monthly meeting. But one councillor is worried what it could cost ratepayers.
In front of a full public gallery with future generations watching on, Daria Turley delivered an important mayoral minute.
The role of local government in responding to climate change is critical. The role of this council responding is equally as critical.
The motion was for council to declare a climate emergency and to start acting on it, doing their part. Mayor Turley saying this will be achieved by reviewing council policies and processes, suggesting improving public transport as one idea.
Looking at our renewable energy, looking about how we use our energy, looking at, as I said, about what our buildings, how they operate, what are we looking at our new builds.
The minute is not supported unanimously though. Councillor Kennedy raising concerns about how much it may cost ratepayers.
How is anything that the Broken Hill City Council does, as opposed to the Commonwealth Government or China, going to actually limit any of those risks?
The Mayor saying when Council develops its community strategic plan, climate change goals can be incorporated.
And the reality is, if we don't have any action, then what could be the consequences is too great for all of us to face.
Patrick Reinke, 7 Spencer Gulf News.
2 Port Lincoln women have been arrested following a robbery on Wednesday afternoon. Police allege a woman walking along New West Road was hit by a vehicle. The 2 women inside the car allegedly making off with her phone and purse. The victim was not seriously injured, and patrols later arrested the suspects. They were charged with aggravated robbery and bailed to appear in the Magistrates' Court in November. The countdown to the festive season has begun in Port Lincoln this week, with the town preparing for its first Christmas pageant in several years. Local businesses banding together to bring some festive cheer.
decking the streets with a bit of Christmas spirit.
Lots of exciting things happening in Port Lincoln this year. We're very excited from the Chamber to be putting together lots of Christmas activities.
The Port Lincoln Chamber of Commerce and local businesses will take on the role as Santa's little helpers to bring some festive cheer.
We've got a Christmas pageant coming up, so plenty of prizes for people putting floats into that. We've got a upcycling Christmas tree decorating competition for all the kids around town.
Local businesses say it's great to see Port Lincoln get into the festive spirit after years of people crying out for more Christmas decorations around town. Community House working around the clock to build the town's first Christmas float.
Well, we've heard the voice of the community for so long now that we actually put it towards the volunteers and they chose that they wanted to be involved.
This ordinary street will soon be transformed into a Christmas wonderland with pageants, lights and decorations popping up across town.
It's about keeping our own people in their own town and actually enjoying themselves and having some entertainment as a community.
Celebrations and fireworks are also planned to light up the night sky on New Year's Eve. Nathan Rector, 7 Spencer Golf News.
Still to come tonight, new technology helping farmers manage their water launched, and record entries in this year's Port Augusta Business Awards. Welcome back. New agriculture technology has been launched in South Australia to help farmers manage water usage. The monitoring system is part of a move to improve agritech investment.
Getting pumped on managing water. A new technology looking to help save farmers a few extra drops during the dry season.
Giving them alerts as and when they need to know if something's wrong, if they're leaking water or they've got a break. Or if livestock are running short.
The FarmBot launching at the York Peninsula Field Days this week. The piece of technology is just one small component in Australia's $150 million agtech market. It's part of a push to integrate the internet into everyday farming.
Definitely becoming more prevalent, and I think it's here to stay.
At a touch of the hand, farmers will be able to access their water reserves.
It's giving people control of their water resources, so they know where their most valuable resource arguably is going.
Local Bruce Nutt has installed over 40 on his rural cattle station, a massive land bigger than Palestine.
Spread over sort of about 2 million acres in total, and we've probably got room for some more yet. But
he says having access to the technology has been revolutionary for his business.
What we've got actually enables us to have peace of mind, and if no one's on the property, at least you know what's going on.
Dominic Beaton, 7 Spencer Golf News.
A 3D fly-through video has been released, showcasing Broken Hill's new library precinct. The animation giving locals an insight into the multi-million-dollar project.
Behind the old, there will be the new. This animated video painting a real picture of what the Silver City can expect for its new library.
Well received. In fact, many people were saying they couldn't believe what's going to be offered for our community.
The video starts coming through the town hall facade, leading into an open area with a water fountain. To the left, parking spaces made available when the police station is moved.
Taking out those old demountables and, so we'll have a drive-in area there.
On the ground floor, a children's area, a number of different outdoor sections, plus plenty of room for books and the archives. Upstairs, more space for groups to sit together and a view to the outside fountain, solar panels covering the roof. The Mayor says a completion date is not set in stone, preferring to wait until the project is shovel ready.
Doesn't take long once everything's in place, but we need to have everything in place, and that will be the final DA process.
Patrick Reinke, 7 Spencer Golf News.
The Port Augusta Business Awards have received close to record nomination numbers, with the annual night of celebrations just weeks away. Business groups say the local economy is on the bounce back after tough times.
Celebrating the people that make the wheels turn in Port Augusta, the Business Awards are just around the corner, and this year's nomination numbers have nearly broken records.
So we received 259 nominations from the general public for a variety of businesses and individuals within the community.
They've now been reduced to 68 finalists in 13 award categories, and there's plenty of new faces.
Some of the businesses I haven't seen even put a submission in previously, so it's good to see.
Business Port Augusta says these healthy figures reflect growing economic optimism from local enterprises.
I think overall business economy at the moment is quite strong. It's on the bounce back, so confidence is up.
The award's holding a special place in the hearts of many businesses.
It means a bit too because it's a local award, so when locals judge you locally, it just means that little bit more.
Excitement is now building for organisers, with the awards night just 3 weeks away.
I think a lot of people are excited to celebrate the success and the great work that all the businesses are doing within Port Augusta.
Garth Burley, 7 Spencer Golf News.
The Barrier Police District has welcomed a new officer into its ranks. Senior Constable Vicky Shipley joins from Highway Patrol in Wollongong. She'll be stationed in the remote town of Tibooburra, 300 kilometres from Broken Hill. The Senior Constable says her first few days on the job have been easygoing.
Yeah, nothing too serious, getting to meet the locals, getting involved in the community. Doing rural patrols, getting to know the area so if anything does happen I don't get lost.
She says she's looking forward to a time in the far west. Port Pirie Council has made amendments to its park strategy. Submissions have been made to upgrade the Solomon Town foreshore area, Memorial Park, and to open a nature play space in Woodward Park. The Mayor says he's excited by the new possibilities.
We have to look at what way's the best to use those, and nature play and things like that is really starting to be something that's on the radar.
The strategy is set to be further discussed at the next council meeting. Port Lincoln's Riding for the Disabled has held its annual mounted games this week, with over a dozen riders taking to the track. The event using horse riding therapy for those living with a disability.
At 29 years of age, Daniel Fuller battles every day with his disability, but for a short time each week that disappears when he's on top of his trusty steed.
It can create something very calming, it creates a friendship, and it's a different sort of relationship is created.
Daniel is taking part in the Riding for Disabled Mountain Games, something he's been practicing for over the past year.
So today is the day to show off to friends and family, to see what they've achieved.
The dressage event judging Daniel and his horse Todd on a range of tasks.
Just trotting and all that stuff and learning how to steer him left and right.
Daniel has been a part of the group for over 3 years, training every Tuesday. His mum coming to watch today's event.
He's developed some lovely friendships out here with the horses and the women that come out and do all the volunteer work.
Port Lincoln's Riding for the Disabled group has been running for over 16 years. Riders say the group helps them overcome life's hurdles, encouraging anyone living with a disability to come and give it a go.
Give it a shot and you can get a good friendship with any horse.
Nathan Rector, 7 Spencer Golf News.
After the break, Port Pirie prepares to host the Soccer Country Championships, and I'll have the grand final day weather forecast. Hello again. 3 Broken Hill artists will have their works on display tonight at the local art gallery. The 3 exhibitions features paintings from Jim Patterson, textile works and lighting displays from Blake Griffiths, and Indigenous illustrations from Clinton Kemp. The gallery manager says it's great to see so much local talent coming out of the city.
I think we've got some real gems in Far West New South Wales, especially in Broken Hill, and it's really important that we're showcasing everyone that we've got out here in the Far West.
After being displayed in Broken Hill, Jim Patterson's exhibition will feature in Townsville's gallery next year. Port Pirie is gearing up to host the South Australian Junior Soccer Country Championships this weekend. It's estimated 2,000 people will descend on the town.
Another notch on the belt for Port Pirie's sporting community. The town's set to enjoy a weekend packed of soccer action at the Country Championships.
It's been 25 years since we've had the state championships in Port Pirie, so we've got it again. We've been lucky to be able to host it.
Players from across South Australia and Broken Hill will put their skills to the test at the town's soccer fields.
There's about 46 teams this year, yeah. So coming from all over the place, you know, as far as Mount Gambier.
The Port Pirie Council believes the city's businesses are on a winning path, saying the events will give the local economy a major boost.
There's over 2,000 people coming. It's booked all the accommodation in Port Pirie, so we're really pleased with that.
The Mayor encouraging businesses to keep their stores open for longer in order to cash in on the influx of visitors.
I have to urge some of our business houses, you know, particularly the ones with eating facilities and so forth, to stretch a little bit with their opening times over this particular weekend.
The junior soccer chairman says the community is looking forward to putting on a show to remember.
Hoping that all the teams and all the areas go back with good memories.
When you see these little guys coming forward, that's our future, and full credit to the administrators.
Dominic Beaton, 7 Spencer Golf News.
To the weather now, and it was another warm and sunny spring day today. Port Augusta reached 28 degrees, Whyalla 22, Port Pirie 23, Broken Hill was a warm 29, Port Lincoln reached us 17, and Adelaide reached 19. On the satellite, there's cloud over southern SA bringing gusty onshore winds, mostly clear skies elsewhere. On the waters tomorrow, southeast winds reaching 15 knots, seas at 1.5 meters, and the sun will rise just after 6 a.m. Good weather for a grand final barbecue tomorrow with dry conditions forecast. Port Augusta set for a top of 24 degrees, Whyalla 20, Port Lincoln 17, Quorn reaching 24, Broken Hill sunny and 24, Port Pirie 22, and Kadina and Adelaide reaching 19. Looking ahead to the next 4 days, warming up in Port Lincoln, 18 Monday jumping to 25 Tuesday. Cleve 18 Sunday, 22 Monday, jumping to a warm 31 on Tuesday. And similar conditions for Woodner, reaching 34 by Tuesday. Whyalla fine and sunny 23 Monday, 30 Tuesday. Similar conditions in Port Augusta with temps in the high 20s and low 30s. And Kadina will be dry and partly cloudy 20 Sunday, 22 Monday, 26 Tuesday. Some partial cloud in Port Pirie reaching 30 by next week. A bit cooler in Clare, 19 Sunday, 21 Monday climbing to 27 Tuesday. And Broken Hill will remain dry, sunny and warm, 24 through until Monday jumping to 29 by Tuesday. And that's the local news for tonight and the week. Just a reminder, you can keep up and catch up via our social media pages. Search for us on Facebook, Twitter and YouTube. And if you're a Giants or Tigers fan, good luck to your side tomorrow. I'm John Hunt, thanks so much for your company. On behalf of the team, have a great weekend. Good night.